Hello and welcome to Coin Lady channel. Now, on with the usual cryptocurrency reporting and commentary. Today, we'll be discussing Ripple, XRP, and the broader crypto and financial industries. We have a fascinating topic for you today, and it has everything to do with institutional investors, Wall Street, and the current state of cryptocurrency trading platforms. This tweet from Anderson popped up on my feed today, and I found it quite fascinating because it discusses the SEC lawsuit involving Ripple and how its resolution is imminent. We recognize that the uncertainty around when we could hear a ruling in the SEC versus Ripple case is absurd. Despite the fact that this is the case, of course. The craziest part is that I believe something far bigger is hiding in the shadows behind this case. If you share the widespread belief that this entire case is really an elaborate charade, you might be holding out hope that a huge development will take place behind the scenes before any definitive ruling is made. Now, King George did reply, saying, "Probably happen just after the NASDAQ gets on crypto in June." I feel terrible about the wealthy missing out on 2023's biggest money-making opportunity. NASDAQ is quite optimistic about crypto custody, and this is something I have discussed at length on this channel. And think about the possibilities if XRP were traded on the NASDAQ. Given that it isn't even listed on major cryptocurrency exchanges, that would be totally insane. Is this supposed to happen? Correct, because we know that Coinbase delisted it along with many other top-tier exchanges as we return to the major crypto trading platforms. I have no idea which exchanges have recently made the XRP available, however you can check to see which ones are still listed here by visiting the market. Binance, Bithumb, KuCoin, Bitstamp, Kraken, and Bitfinex are all still viable trading options. And that's the last one. Wow, okay, well, there are a few more. There must be many conversations where I can still see the Show More tab because I didn't find it. Bittrex, we are aware that Bittrex recently terminated its US operations, and that some of these may still be in circulation. Nonetheless, you should verify your ability to examine the pair and recognize that a large portion of the currency in question is not USD. If we zoom out to a 24-hour time frame, we see that the majority of volume is still being transacted on Binance, Musk, and Courier. Looking at the volume in the US shows that many people are still unable to use Coinbase to purchase XRP. Many pairs that use the US dollar are still missing. I did not encounter Gate.io. I could be mistaken, but it seems like Gate.io, a key player in this field, wasn't even mentioned. You can see for yourselves that they receive 2.89 million visits per week, but claim to do only about $500 million in annual business. They continue to be a massive market. My conclusion is that this was deliberate. The craziest part is that I think everything is leading up to what Gary wants, which I will explain in a minute. Anderson did reply, though, and his comments about the SEC's and the court's decision in the Ripple case were intriguing. What could be better timing for an XRP IPO than NASDAQ's custody of cryptocurrency? NASDAQ is also planning to introduce cryptocurrency custody services by the end of June. This is intriguing because we recently heard Brad Garlinghouse say that he expects a resolution to emerge during the first half of this year. And he did mention the month of June. That's fascinating to me since it's exactly in line with NASDAQ's goals. And we can see how this fits in with the maxim observe their actions rather than their words. Indeed, the present state of affairs regarding several issues is quite intriguing. When you look at what Wall Street is attempting to do, they want to be a part of this movement, as I have expressed many times in the Discord and elsewhere online. Why wouldn't they want to be a part of this? They are afraid of losing out on the potentially huge sum of money. Since its record high in early 2018, we know XRP has been setting the stage for a significant market shift. And I've talked a lot about why I think this is going to make a big move in the market, and why the next run-up might end up being $7 to $10 or even more, which is really significant. And think of the revenue that would go to NASDAQ as a result. So, yes, I find this intriguing. Leave your feedback in the description and I'll take it into consideration. Click the like button if you agree that this matter can be resolved by the end of June. However, please share your thoughts here if you share my belief that this case will continue past June. Also, your crypto area prediction has arrived here. We are aware that the global demand for crypto custody services continues to rise. SBI. So, it's clear that SBI has been a driving force behind XRP and other cryptocurrencies for some time. The crypto industry, however, as we see below, had a rough year. It wasn't just you there. There was a 45% annual decline in SBI Japan's crypto business. On the other hand, leaders have a plan. Investor presentation announces growth and features high 18% income from staking in Japan with DOT commission, free flare, wrap, and delegate service with similar commission scheme for ETH, and entry into crypto data research reports via HashHub. To be continued. Also, seriously, this is fascinating. When we take a closer look, we can see the red services were the ones that were launched in 2022. Flare, wrap, and delegate are present as a state staking accumulation, package staking accumulation, and individual staking accumulation. Conceal and assign SBI and the Web3 wallet with panache. You can clearly see the situation we're in. It's as though they want to support this cause too. And SBI has long been a foreigner in this field, dating back at least to 2017 if not earlier. There were comments from as far back as 2015 and 2016, at the very least. It's crazy how they've become a frontrunner in the XRP industry. How bizarre? Regarding the current state of the institutional grade sector, seeing as how everyone is still so pessimistic about cryptocurrencies. These big banks are buying into what I've been saying all along. They don't go along with the crowd whether purchasing or selling. They're self-led. They are experts at what they do and fully grasp its significance. You should be selling when you hear about things being bought up, so to speak, in the news. The overall impact on cold storage and exchanges is my primary concern regarding institutional-grade custody. Right. We are aware that the SEC has been focusing on crypto exchanges for some time now. Consumers will be harmed by the anti-self-custody regulatory noises being made in response to the financial crisis. It's crazy to me that the authorities want to seize our cold storage facility, in case you guys didn't hear. One thing I have been consistent about on this channel is the importance of cold storage. Your crypto, I feel like I keep saying this. Every time I bring up an exchange, I stress the importance of moving your cryptocurrency out of the exchange and into cold storage, as the biggest issue with these platforms is that if the exchange goes under, as has happened with FTX, Celsius, Voyager, etc., your cryptocurrency will be lost forever. The other day, we came across this. People's lack of self-custody in crypto is insanity. But now regulators are cracking down on self-custody, which has everyone on edge. However, I want to rewind a bit and talk about the SEC. On May 10th, the SEC came under fire from J.P. Morgan and other crypto firms over a proposed change to their custody rules. Recent proposals by the U.S. securities regulator to mandate that investment advisors store their clients' crypto assets with authorized custodians have been met with much opposition. Since this will effectively cripple cold storage facilities, exchanges, and introduce onerous new regulations for custody services, it is encouraging to see these practices being questioned and the SEC criticized for them. And they'll let Wall Street know about it. Not convinced. I don't mind. Not at all necessary. When traveling through time in reverse. The whole body of work by Gary Gensler. It makes a huge statement. Okay. In his opinion, there is no place more exciting than Wall Street. He has an inordinate fondness for financiers. It's a close cousin of Brad Sherman. As to why Brad Sherman and Gary Gensler are shacking up, what gives you that idea? To put it simply, Brad Sherman adores financial institutions. A seasoned financial expert, he is. He went as far as to claim that crypto firms print money out of thin air. The United States government agrees. But we are the United States government. That was his justification, his own words. Exactly. Which is to say, I won't bore you with the details. You guys know better than anyone how absurd that remark is, but as we look at Gary Gensler again, we find this resume dated November 11th. Take a look at this FTX link for some legal advice from Gary Gensler. It seems inevitable that conventional banking and Wall Street will be burned to the ground in the wake of this money bomb. Here we have FTX General Attorney, who also represents Gary Gensler and the CFTC, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, in a wild capacity. There was a grand scheme at work here. Also, I've mentioned Gary Gensler numerous times on this channel, going all the way back to November 11 th. Again? The government must look into this. Instead, you'll find some surprising information at the Justice Department. Gary Gensler, the biggest thief on Wall Street, is also the city's top cop. The time has come. This is from yesterday, and it comes from Tom Emmer, who, as we all know, has been a major player in those hearings. Again, I hope that something intriguing happens instead of Ward's actions being taken. Gary Gensler has allegedly been assisting SBF find legal loopholes and lobby my office for a regulatory monopoly, but he has now fled to the media. Right now, we're looking into it. There's a lot of corruption in the administration, therefore I agree that it's important to investigate all of this. Just so you know, this is not breaking news. The government's corruption is common knowledge. I seriously doubt that the public has any faith in the government at this point. I have no idea who would be crazy enough to do something like that. But when we consider the ties to Gary Gensler, we see that they're extensive. That's why the fact that he's still in power seems completely absurd. Every day, I wonder if I'm the only person who has doubts about the state of affairs in the United States. Many of you are probably wondering the same thing right now. As if everything were a farce and we were living in a sitcom. There's humor in it. This is a very impressive spectacle. And if it isn't, I'm in the dark about what's going on in the rest of the globe. This is, completely ridiculous to me. Plus, I believe he's battling on behalf of Wall Street, which makes sense given that exchanges like NASDAQ are joining the race for crypto custody. Right? I've been writing about a few companies like Fidelity, a manager of assets worth $4.70 or $4.50 trillion. Fidelity facilitates trading and ETH custody for its customers. We're talking about October of 2022 back here. It's hilarious that they knew exactly what they were going to do days, or more accurately weeks, before FTX went bankrupt. Well, they were going to say, there's no need to use FTX or any exchanges anymore. You may now put your faith in Fidelity's cryptocurrency custody services. This is it, this is everything. Similar to how they assure you that your money is safe in the banks and that the financial institutions are in good shape. Then, a few months later, you know what happens. Bang. This is something we've heard countless times. And J.P. Morgan was certainly not bashful about it either. J.P. Morgan has a crypto entry date set for the 21st of this month, and they've already registered a trademark for a cryptocurrency wallet. All of these occurred roughly about the same time as FTX. How incredibly coincidence is that, really? To me, that's just absurd. Additionally, Standard Chartered has just lately, as of the 11th of May, begun providing cryptocurrency custody services in Dubai. That's a fact, and we're aware of it. Ripple, it seems, has suddenly created a lot of commotion in Dubai. The institutional-grade crypto asset custodial platform Zodiac Custody recently raised approximately $36 million from a number of investors, including SBI Holdings and Standard Chartered Venture ARMSC Ventures, as can be seen if one scrolls down to the section describing the funding round. After Standard Chartered, SBI Holdings is currently Zodiac's second-largest stakeholder. Again, Standard Chartered is similar to Ripple in that both have many connections to one another. We also know that they have significant support from SBI. We are all aware of the recent commotion Ripple caused in Dubai. They recently established an office in Dubai. It's fascinating to see how everything here relates to the original NASDAQ post. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, and it wouldn't shock me, and I shouldn't even say Ripple, if that happened. After Ripple's IPO, they too will be listed on many of the same exchanges where XRP previously traded. But you have to keep it in mind. It seems like Ripple has a lot of plans for an IPO once this case is resolved. For a long time, it has been a primary concern for them. It's another reason they haven't found common ground, in my opinion. They also stated categorically that regulatory clarification on XRP at the federal and international levels is needed. They need it to be crystal clear that XRP was always a money and never a security. So they want to make sure there is absolutely no room for doubt. So, the current situation is quite intriguing. However, please share your thoughts with me in the section below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment or hit the like button and also subscribe the channel. See you later, bye.